My Lawfully Wedded Husband is a collection of stories, the short stories, of which one, of course, is called My Lawfully Wedded Husband. All the stories share one thing in common, and that is that they have a sort of twist in the end, and they all have some sort of twisted humor. It's not necessarily crime, but yeah, there's always invariably something which is not very nice. Some of them are crime stories, some are not. Yes, but they're also the sort of things that would, sort of, they might appeal to you because there might be things that happen to you. For instance, what might happen to you if you're traveling on a long distance train and you come across somebody who tells you a ghost story about something that happened on the train. Or, for instance, if you're sitting in a cinema hall and watching a movie and there are people around you who are really talking and really disturbing you, what would be your gut feel? Would you just, sort of curse them and keep quiet? Or would you do something about it? And those are actually two of the stories. Some of them also have quite a bit of character development in them because not all the stories are very short. There's some which go into almost like 7,000 words, which is a decent amount of space to get some character development in. And in fact, a couple of the stories are very character driven. The way the stories come to me is, it can be different, they can be different sources of inspiration. The fact that invariably when I go to watch movies, I end up sitting next to people who are really chatty and who really disturb me. That led to me thinking, what would I do if I could actually get back at these people in some way? And the plot I came up with is the plot of one of my stories. Another of my stories in the book is called The Howling Waves of Tranquebar. And that came out of a trip to the town of Tranquebar or Tarangambadi. And it's based on an actual visit to the town. And I've tried to translate that into a story. So inspiration comes from all sorts of different places. And somewhere it just sort of gets together. It takes a long, sometimes you can keep thinking over a topic and never be able to make something concrete out of it. Sometimes it just fits. When it comes to character development, it's a question of getting under the skin of the character and trying to figure out that, okay, if this is what I want my plot to be, how should I make the character more believable? And that is where a lot of me comes in, because I often end up using thoughts and techniques and things which are reflected from me. It's all a question of luck, because a lot of these stories they're fairly complex. They're not simple. This. It's often a convoluted sort of a plot with a twist in the end. Now, trying to do that sort of thing it takes a lot of plotting. So it can be as little as a week, or it can take as much as 6 months. There are 12 stories in the collection, and well, actually, I can't really put a definite time to how long it took me because they were written over a period of quite a few years. So it's actually a collection of stories that some were written a couple of years back. I think 3 or 4 stories were written for the collection itself, and that took me about maybe 3 months to write. I'd say that people would like this collection if they've got a sense of humor, and if they don't mind the humor being a little black, because it's black comedy. It's not laugh out loud, light humor. But if you've got a sense of humor and a sort of dark sense of humor, you probably like it.